Hello everyone, I'm back with another character created in the Dogma 2 character creator. I was asked by quite a few people to make Guts from Berserk, so this is my rendition of it. We're going to jump in right away. There's a lot of customization you can do on the skin for this one, but first let's look at the base head. We're looking at a base head of 18 is what I used. Now for the skin, I'm using skin 22 with a skin color of 19, but there are tons of skin options in here that you can play around with. All of them give him a very different look. So if you want him to look slightly older, slightly younger, you can feel free to dive in here and look at some of the different skins, because a lot of these look like they'd be applicable to the way that his facial features are. So have some fun looking at some of the different skin options that you have if you want to tweak his appearance a little bit. So with that being said, I'm at skin 22 with a color of 19. I've got his wrinkles at 50 and his skin sheen at 14. Let's move on to the body sliders. So for the body, we're looking at a height of 190, a torso length of -24, a muscle style of type 19, a muscle strength of 100, trap size of 100, upper body muscle mass of 100, lower body muscle mass I have at 20, upper body size is at -35, and lower body size is at 0. I didn't tweak around too crazy in his muscle sliders and all that, so obviously feel free to make any changes you feel necessary as we go through the body. For the head size, I am at 32. For the head length, 40. Head width is at 16. The head depth is at -10. For the face height, we're at 86. For his neck length, I'm at 6. And for neck thickness, we are at 40. For upper body, I've got his shoulder width at 6, his shoulder size at -62. You could probably vamp these up. I think he's got bigger shoulders. Let's give him something like 24. There we go. For his chest thickness, I'm at 30. For chest size, I'm at 70. For torso width, I'm at 28. For torso depth, I'm at 60. For arm length, I'm at -32. If you want to have him get longer arms, go for it. You could raise them up. For the arm size, I'm at 6. Arm size I'm at 6, upper arm thickness I'm at 17, and for forearm thickness I'm at -6. For his lower body, I have a waist of -6, a waist size of -32, a rear size of 100, leg size is at 18, thighs are at 5, and calves are at 30. For posture, go ahead and play around with his posture if you want. You could lower down the movement style to make him a little bit more rigid moving. Elbow angle, you're going to want to keep slightly outward because he is muscular. You got to leave him room to swing his arms with those muscles. His knee angle, I got at about 34. You could drop this down too if you want. And posture, I got him at about 50, so he's walking nice and upright. Let's move on to the facial features. So for the brow, I'm looking at a brow height of -100. And by the way, so what I did here is I pulled a panel from his manga, and I basically put it side by side and lined everything up to try and get his eyes at the same height, the nose at the right length, his mouth where it needs to be. So this is almost a 1-to-1 to how the panel was drawn. Whether or not that's consistent, I'm not sure, but that's what I used as a base for his shape. So the brow height, I'm at -100. For brow spacing, I'm at 30. For the brow depth overall, I'm at 55. I'm at 70 for inner and 70 for outer. For the brow angle, I'm at a -40, and then I'm at a -40 for the brow bend. If you want to give him a more angry look, you can lower down the angle, you can mess with the blend. I left him pretty like a normal face. For his eyes, I'm looking at an eye height of -100, an eye width of 9, an eye depth of -20, his eye size at 73, the eye angle at -65. For this version, I went ahead and did his closed right eye. It's a pretty signature look for him. If you don't want that to have happened yet, you can go ahead and reopen that up. But I've got a squint of 37 for his remaining left eye that's open. For the nose, I'm looking at a nose length of 81, a bridge width of 30, a bridge height of 20. His overall is at 19. The upper bump is at 2, and the lower bump is at 28. For the nostril size, we got it set to 10, nostril height of 35, and a nostril width of 15. For the tip depth, we're at 30. We're at -3 for the angle, and a sharpness of 18. His ears are at -20 for the angle and 20 for openness. Everything else I have zeroed out. I didn't mess with the ears too much. His ears look pretty normal. If you want to mess around with those, go ahead. For the cheeks, we are at -40 thickness. For the cheek neck combo, and I'm at minus 80 for the bulge. If you want to give them more filled out cheeks, feel free to raise this up. If you don't like the super sunken look. But just based off of what it seems like a lot of his stuff was, it seems like he has a very chiseled out sunken face. So I went with 98 minus 9. Oh my god, I forgot how to speak. Minus 80 for my bulge. Neck fat I have at 0. The height I have at 72. The width is at 30, and the depth is at minus 100. For his mouth, I have a mouth height of 0, a width of 57, a protrusion of 20. His mouth corners are at minus 100. His lip thickness I have at minus 16, and his lower lip position is at minus 40. You could play with this protrusion a little bit if you don't quite like where his lips are sitting at. And you can also play with the height a little bit and stuff. But like I said, this kind of matched up to the manga panel that I had pulled. So for the jaw definition, we are at 100 for the definition. The jaw width is at minus 70. We're at 55 for jaw position. The jaw protrusion is at 20. The chin height is at 20, the chin width is at 10, the protrusion on the chin is at 30, and the sharpness is at 90. For his hairstyle, I have it set to hairstyle 54. It's the closest matching to what his hair is. The root color is at 109, and the tip color is at 111, with a blend of 42. Sheen position of 77, and a sheen of 14. His eyebrows very thick, set to number 5 at color 1 with 87 thickness. We don't have any facial hair or body hair set up. Let's take a look at his only remaining looking eye. And we have a color, or the eye style type is set to 1. We have a primary of 38, a secondary of 83, a tertiary of 31. Sclera I always leave at 106. His iris size I have set to minus 23, and the pupil size set to 7. His eyelashes I left normal. I'll show you them. They're at 111, 0, 58, 18. I don't care too much about those. There's no eyeshadow. There's no eyeliner. No freckles. Nothing done with his cheeks. His lips. This is what they normally look like with the base skin that we have selected currently. What I did was I set the lip type to number 5. I gave it a color of 66. Full spread, and then I just dropped the opacity to 0 and the sheen to 46. And what that does is it just gives him lighter colored lips that more closely matches his skin color. It seems to be that is how he's colored in some of the colored stuff, so I think that's the route to go with this one. All right, and then his teeth are normal. If you want to give him some missing teeth, go for it. I'm going to show you one trick you can do. So first off, let's take a look at the scars. The first most signature scar we have on his nose here, it's going to be scar style number 5. The position is 50 vertical, 0 horizontal, rotation of 38. The overall scale is set to 2. The opacity is at 100, and the intensity is at 61 with a sheen of 50. If you want to make it wider, go for it. But it looked like in most of the panels, the scar didn't go off of his nose, so I left it small enough that it stays only on his nose. Now, there's a little trick that I did. I know in one of the panels I looked at, he had cuts everywhere. I don't know if those were permanent or if they were just after a battle that he currently had. You could put them on the arms and legs too, or wherever you want, but I just wanted to show you this trick. So what I did is I did body scar number 13. I set the, and let me turn this off real quick. So I did body scar number 13, the vertical position of minus 45, horizontal of 52, rotation of 24. The overall scale is set to 50. We have 52 on the vertical, 71 on the horizontal. And then what I did was I turned up the tiling. And what that does is just going to repeat the scars in a wider pattern then. So if you look around, we got it on his back and on his front then, and the scars aren't like super stretched and huge. Now they're getting smaller to a normal size cut that a blade would have done. So we got it. I got them set at an opacity of 87, an intensity of 29, and a sheen of 62. Depending if these are permanent or not, you may want to play with the opacity and the intensity and stuff like that. Like I said, I just saw this was in one of the panels that he was drawn in, so I figured I'd show you guys how to do that if you want a massive amount of scars all over the place. I didn't do it on any of the arms or legs, but you could do the same trick on those, I'm sure. So there we have it. That is my rendition of Guts from Berserk. Here he is with his armor on, so you won't even see the scars then, but there might be moments in the game potentially that they're not wearing their armor. I'm not really sure. Hopefully you guys liked it. As always, make any changes you see necessary. I provided you a couple of options throughout. If you guys like this one, I got plenty of other characters created on my channel. If you got a suggestion for someone that you'd like to see created, don't be afraid to leave a comment down below. I've been taking suggestions and creating some stuff for people that they want to see. Hopefully you guys like this one. That's going to be it for me for now, and I'm out. Deuces.